I had always been interested in knowing how things came together, how they fell apart, and more so how to rebuild it, stronger if required. I spent a great deal of my younger days not knowing who I really was, or I belonged in the great scheme of things. One thing though, I could fit in anywhere that I wanted to. I could be whatever I needed to be, but I never really knew who I was. I was too many things. I was so many puzzle pieces with so many different faces, but never a complete picture of myself. This naturally affected everything about me. I believe mental health or illness is the same. Multiple pieces that need to meet each other, but I will touch on this later. Without a complete image of myself, I never knew what it was that I needed, and definitely not how to chase it. And this made life very tough for me, and on some days, still does. And you? What's led you here? What's fueling your struggle? What's your chain? This channel is basically a diary highlighting my journey out of that. It is essentially a handbook I'm writing to myself, hoping that it will help someone else. The topic of mental illness has been so prevalent in today's culture, and if we all are a bit honest, we've all battled with it at some point in our lives. Whether we've been formally diagnosed with it or not, our thoughts have all held us hostage at some point in our lives. Our emotions have all told us a story that we wished wasn't true. Up until this point, I'm sure you've learned a little bit about me, and definitely, I've had my time in the ring. But I have won my fair share of rounds as well, and for a while, I've been standing victorious. The topic of mental illness is a much needed discussion in today's season. Society has various ways of defining mental health or illness, and with many other topics, it has its various prescriptions on how to address it. And for me, understanding my way of seeing it might be a bit of oversimplification because it is a complex topic, because humans are complex. However, I have discovered for myself personally that you cannot live in a society and not learn some of its skills, especially when self-awareness is not at our core. I can only start from here, from my pain, my confusion, my sadness, because it is only from my willingness to face myself, facing my reality, that I can dispel all illusion of what isn't. I think after a while, I realized that all the clarity that had been afforded to me had always originated from some sort of confusion. I think if I would start to even think of it, as I said earlier, self-awareness is the key when addressing any topic where thought is required. When I was able to face myself and really face myself, I found myself responding to my needs and not responding to my pains or ills. I found that I was able to divorce myself from societal pressures that further served to cripple me. I was freed from the greatest performances of life, and that is being okay when I knew I wasn't. And that also meant accepting that life has its grays, its lows, and that is okay. That's life, as hard as it may be. However you may feel, if you're brave enough to be yourself, to see your own story through, then you will be able to figure out what makes you tick and how to rebuild yourself stronger. I'm starting. Will you join me?